everybody, my name is King Kawado. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. Of course, today we are here with Iron Lung final trailer reaction. Now, this is a really interesting movie. This was posted over the weekend, 3.3 million views and counting. This is the directorial debut from Markiplier. He needs literally no introduction. He is a legend on YouTube. This is actually a live action adaptation of a game by the same name, Iron Lung, that came out I think 3 years ago, and it was really big on the internet. I personally never checked it out. It's really interesting to see not only is he directing this, but Markiplier is actually starring as the main character in this game. From what I know about the game is you're essentially like a prisoner sent on death row, and you're sent to a planet covered in a blood ocean to explore it. You're in this small little submarine, very horror-esque, and I'm really excited to check it out. If you guys are new, subscribe today, join the Aztec Empire as I do post content like this daily. Let me get that full screen, and without further ado, let's get on straight into today's reaction. I'm excited. Really excited to see what this is going to be like.
For what purpose do we remain alone in the dark?
That's a good question. I'm excited for this. Really cool, interesting concept. You're in this small little enclosed space looking through a porthole.
I'm seeing some voltage irregularities on the instrument, so keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything like that.
Why would there be flames?
The production's there. This all looks really good so far.
This is the test.
Dang.
Closing porthole shielding.
Where's the reason for this quiet rapture? Too few to
That's
fulfill,
a terrifying sentence
too many
of
to
fate.
feed.
You're the first one down. All we have are surface scans, that's why you're there.
Dang.
Well, one of the reasons.
Ooh, okay, so far it seems interesting. I'm trying to piece together the story so far. I think this sequence you're seeing right here on the screen is before he gets lowered into like the blood ocean. This is interesting though. Ooh, yeah, that sound is terrifying. Just the water whooshing around, and you have no idea what's going on around you.
Can we just agree this is important? Food, air. We need this not just to see why all of us.
Yeah, I like the camera quality is like pretty high.
To be throwing lives away, but there is too much at stake not to take calculated risks. Ian doesn't understand that. You don't understand that.
Okay.
I just want to live. Is that so wrong? Why doesn't anybody else want that?
Okay. Yeah, I'm really excited to see the direction that this movie goes. So I wonder if this movie is going to be all filmed entirely in this one submarine like room. That's not entirely unheard of. There's movies like The Hateful Eight where it's all filmed in one like cabin location, or even movies, I think there's one called Here, where it's literally the same fixed camera position throughout the entire movie, set in one particular spot, and then, you know, time revolves around the camera. I wonder if this is going to be a similar instance with that, where it's all just in the submarine, and then you get the perspective of Markiplier's character. It seems pretty interesting. I will say this seemed like a shorter trailer. It doesn't seem like there's much to go on. From what the trailer shows, you don't get a lot of the story, other than the fact that he is performing this test, whatever it is, going to the bottom of the ocean, and like, you know, it's kind of against his will. That's what you pick up from the trailer. I think this movie's going to assume that you've played the game, which I haven't, so I'm kind of unfamiliar with what's going on here. But the production seems pretty good. The horror genre is a great example of what you can do as long as you have a good vision in mind. You take a look at movies like Saw, like the first original Saw movie, where the budget was extremely low compared to other Hollywood blockbusters, but it's become iconic in the sense that it had a great ground to stand on. It had a good idea, it had a good director, and the camera work really is what sold it, right? The idea is really interesting, the concept is really interesting, and it builds on that suspense rather than like the eye-catching visuals or anything other than that, right? So I have faith for this movie. I hope it does good. I really hope Markiplier gets his, you know, credit where it's due. At the end of the day, I would rather have a trailer that shows not enough to what the movie's about rather than too much. I don't want it spoiled, especially in a project like this where I'm sure that everyone involved in it has worked a long time and put a lot of effort and thought into this movie, I wouldn't want it to get spoiled in the trailer, right? It would give you no reason to watch it. So I'm excited. You know, this trailer didn't give too much as far as where the story is going to go or what the characters' ideas are about, other than he wants to live and everyone else around him really doesn't care too much about that. So far, I would say the production for this set looks really good. I like the visuals for it. Really reminds me of like the first Alien movie, especially the suit he's wearing, reminiscent of the Ripley suit at the end of the first movie. And the production just seems very similar in aesthetic. So I'm excited to check it out. Have a great day, y'all. Stay safe, take care. Peace, adios, and of course, until next time. Bye-bye, y'all.